Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, November 5th. It's 8:16 a.m. I got an offer from DoorDash to go to Target. I'm going to get $10.25 for 3.7 miles. Well, it looks like things are busy today. I thought it would be slow because it's election day, so I thought, well, yesterday was slow. Maybe today will be slow as well, since everybody has to go to the polls and they want to watch their TVs and see all about the election. So I figured it was going to be slow again today as well. But so far, with this one coming in, it looks like it is going to be busy. So hopefully this isn't just a one-off. Looks like I'm going to be shopping for some eggs, bacon, and bacon. Looks like a real easy shopping event, so not too bad at all. And I looked at the map to see where I was going, and it appears that I'm going to be going to Ascaya, which is a $1 million area. So we'll have some fun $1 million houses to look at once I pick up once I do the shopping for the customer. And the weather's nice today. It's 61 degrees and no wind, sunny with a little bit of clouds today. Not too bad at all. It looks like it's going to be a very pleasant day to be cruising in the car. And hopefully at Target it's not going to be too busy because the self-checkout lanes are not open until 10 o'clock, so I will have to go to a cash register to make to check out and pay for the goods. So hopefully there's not going to be a long line. Usually they don't open up very many registers. Usually I think there's like maybe just 2 registers open at Target at this time of day, but we shall see. So yesterday worked out fine. I didn't make hardly any money yesterday, but I was kind of glad because I just wasn't really feeling yesterday after that situation that happened where they sent me to a place where the restaurant was out of business, and I just wasted miles. So I was kind of glad in a way. I was like, well, I have errands I have to do, so I went to Sam's Club and I did some shopping. I had about $50 in cash, Sam's Club cash that I needed to blow and get some good stuff with. So I bought a few things and I got it all on my Sam's cash, so I love that. And what else did I do? Oh, and I needed a new chlorinator for the pool in the backyard. They needed a chlorination something or other. Those things, those floaty things you put the tablets into. I guess the one I had, it finally broke, it cracked, so I had to get another one. And I hate buying them on Amazon because you don't know what you're getting on Amazon. You end up with some horrible equipment for your pool, and it doesn't work good. It's like you can't even open the lid because it's really cheap, junky plastic. All right, we're here. Let's do it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. They didn't have one of the kinds of eggs that they wanted. They were really running low on eggs. So I got them 2 of the same kind. Even though they wanted 2 different kinds of eggs, they just didn't have them. And I'm not even sure what the difference was. I think one was regular and one was organic. I think that was the only real difference between the 2 different types of eggs. So let's see, can I make no, I gotta go all the way down. There's no left turn right here. So now I'm headed off to Ascaya, 8 minutes from here, 2.4 miles. And it's a $1 million neighborhood that's adjacent to McDonald Ranch. We've been there before, so you probably have, if you've seen it in the videos, it looks just very similar to McDonald Ranch, only it's newer. So most of the houses have that modern look to them when we go. So they don't have they don't have the older style that you see when you first go into McDonald Ranch. Right away it's modern. Oh God, the worst drivers on the planet Earth are coming into this place. Come on, you. Even the senior citizens are driving Teslas. And of course, because they're senior citizens, they don't drive so hot. Okay, after this car, I'll go. Of course, I'm not going to make the light because of that elderly guy in the Tesla. Delayed my turn. So yeah, inside of the Target, everything was quiet in there. There wasn't a lot going on. They had no music playing, so I was just recording video all the way up until I reached the bacon and eggs. And there were only 2 cashiers working, and of course self-checkout was closed, as I suspected. And then there was just an elderly couple in front of me ringing their stuff up as I got in line and started putting the stuff on the counter. And everything was just very routine. Everything was very mundane. There was absolutely nothing really exciting going on in there. And these people just ordered 2 different types of bacon, and they wanted 2 different types of eggs, but they only got 1 type of egg. So hopefully that they don't have a problem with that. They never responded when I first sent them the message that for a suggestion, but it seemed like a no-brainer to just get a duplicate of the first type of egg that they wanted, because come on, how different are eggs, you know? If they wanted if one of the orders of eggs they wanted was a high-end organic cage-free egg, and the second one wasn't an organic cage-free egg, what's the real difference? I mean, especially, maybe they were just looking to save money. Maybe one was cheaper than the other one. But all they had left for eggs was the high-end eggs, and it was the organic only. I think they had maybe about six batches of eggs left, and then the shelf was going to be completely bare. So, yeah, so that's what they got. And yeah, so far traffic's flowing real good today, no problems at all. Everything's just moving along. I don't know how long I'm gonna be working today. All this week I've been kind of in a blah mood about doing deliveries, so I've just been just going with however I happen to feel at the moment, knowing that however I feel is not permanent, it's just temporary. So I'm just like, why should I bother to push myself through it if it's supposed to be a fun activity for me to get out here and drive? So I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna go and just do this job, and if I start to feel irritated or bored or uninspired, I'll just stop and go home and relax. So I'm gonna make a ride up ahead. And then I started a new, what's it called? I started just a new eating habit, and I'm still testing it out. I'm trying to eat more vegetables, so every day I have spinach, broccoli, green beans, and bell peppers. And so that's my new thing right now. And then next week I'm going to move into the realm of roasted vegetables, and I'm gonna get eggplant, squash, potato, red onion, and bell peppers. So and then I'm gonna roast them in the oven. You know, you gotta marinate them or slather them up in olive oil and then season it, and then you can throw it in the oven with I guess you also have to use diced tomatoes or tomato paste or something. And I'm gonna make this. I think it's like a Greek recipe. I think it's called birum. I don't know. I forget what they said what the name of it was, but it's roasted. It's just roasted vegetables that have been roasted in olive oil and seasoning. That's basically what it is. So I've had it before at like at catered events. I've had it, so I know I like it. So, but I'm really trying to make the effort to not get bored with eating vegetables. And I'm also trying to make a commitment to not eat fast food. Good luck with that. But I'm gonna try. So we'll see. All right, I'm pulling up almost to the gate. Let me get my ID ready. I'm sure this black truck is gonna move over to the left because he has to talk to the guard. I'm not gonna cut him off. The guard is on the. Oh, he's just letting him through. Hello. Can you tell us? Have a great day. All right, thank you too. You're welcome. Alright, we just got 0.3 miles until we get to our destination here. No problems at the guard gate. Everything flowed just fine. Okay. I'm not sure where I'm going at the moment. Okay, now I do. I got thrown by the traffic circle because I thought it was 2 lanes. And then all of a sudden it was 1 lane, but I had to merge over to the right. And I thought, oh, I hope nobody's to my right. I'm gonna make a left here. And let's see, I'm getting real close right away. I don't have to go deep in here. It's gonna be on the left-hand side. It's probably one of these giant houses. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. Where's their addresses? It looks like it's the second one. This real giant house here on the left. And it says leave at the door, but I don't know if I see an entrance. Where's the front door? Here I see stairs, so this must be it right here. Okay, let me stop, put on my blinkers, and drop this stuff off. Boy, I sure hope there's a door there. I wasn't sure if I was at the right place. I'm like, this doesn't really look like there's no address number on the house. Look, they have their own little personal traffic circle up here. They're the only house on this court, or only one of 2, and they have this little traffic circle all to themselves. It must be good to be rich. Yeah, it's just this house here on the right that I just dropped off at, and then this one other house. They're the only 2 that have this road all to themselves. So I lucked out confirming the address to this particular house because there was Amazon packages by the door, and so I looked at the address label on the Amazon packages, and it correctly confirmed my location. I was like, okay, so this definitely is the address. Now that I've seen these Amazon, otherwise I wouldn't even know. I would have no idea. There was no signage at all that said the address number. Oh boy. I'm just gonna follow this truck out. Obviously they're leaving just like I'm leaving. And at least it was close to the exit, so that was good. A lot of times I have to go really far into this place to to drop stuff off. So it worked out good that it was not too far of a drive. And I currently only have about 4 miles on the car, and the time is 8:42. So I only think it took less than 30 minutes, I believe, to complete this delivery. So all in all, it was a very fair offer. The temperature currently is 56 degrees, and there's no wind. It's just a little chilly. Luckily, I'm still able to wear shorts, thank goodness. I know it won't be much longer. Once we hit December, it's too cold, and I'll have to switch to sweats. And I'll probably start wearing layers too, because it just starts to get really cold, like biting cold. Usually it goes down in the mornings, it's usually like in the 30s or 40s. DoorDash, $5.50, 4.3 miles. I put the stupid widget right in front of where I hit the decline button. I hate that Uber Eats decline button. I mean, that Uber Eats widget. It's always in the way no matter where I put it. It's always blocking something. Oh, whatever. Do what you gotta do. They're always changing the rules. They're always upgrading these apps and changing where things used to be, all in the name of progress, supposedly. And on Uber Eats, I've been getting offers to deliver packages for customers, where I will go to a customer's house or business, pick up a personal package from that customer and deliver it. And it comes up as a different offer when it pops up in the window. It shows up not as a normal delivery, but it just says package in the corner, and then it gives like a star rating to the customer who needs this package delivered. And usually they offer a pretty fair amount. Usually they'll offer at least $2 for every mile for the delivery, but I am so not interested in doing them, because when you're dealing with somebody's personal stuff, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what that package is, and you don't know what kind of shenanigans they're gonna pull when you get there. And I don't want to be caught in any awkward situations. Uber Eats, $3.22, 3.9 miles, no. The last thing I want to do is pull up to somebody's wretched house and they tell me, oh, we're moving. Can you put these moving boxes into your car and take them over to the apartment I'm going to? And then when you get there, like, oh, can you help us move some of the stuff into our house? You know, all kinds of crazy stuff. Or they hand you stuff that you don't even know if it's legal, whatever they're asking you to transport. You're like, you're just a regular person. I don't know what the hell you're putting in my car. I don't know if it has bed bugs in it. It's like, I don't want it in my car. It's like, the only thing I want is what I know some actual business has made a transaction and wants me to deliver. Because I know it's regulated. Whatever I'm delivering, it's regulated. And it's not going to be some sort of filthy thing that I'm delivering or illegal thing that I'm delivering. So I always decline those offers when they come in, whenever it says package. Uber Eats, $7.07, 8 miles to go to Chick-fil-A. No. It's a long ass light. I've been here for a while. Just bad timing that I ended up behind this truck because he's really slowing us up. And well, so far offers have been coming in, so it looks like things are still flowing. I don't know why this light is taking so damn long. Okay, it just turned green. And this truck must be just filled to the brim with stuff, because it is going real slow. Real slow, everybody. Whatever lane this truck goes in, I am not going to be in that lane. I need to blow past this truck like nobody's business. Whew, get me past this truck. It's like I can't enjoy the beautiful scenery when I'm stuck behind a giant truck. That's not relaxing. Oh boy. Uber Eats, $5.46, 4.4 miles to go to Roberto's Tacos. Nope. So far, lousy, and lousy offers. Seen a lot of seniors out this morning. So far, I mean, I've seen an abnormally large amount of seniors out and about today. Not sure what that's about. $9.06, 2 deliveries, 3.8 miles to go to Munchbox, or 4 miles. But it's 2 deliveries. That's what you're only giving me $4.50 per person. That's a no. It's gone. It was a trip radar. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, each person when I do 2 deliveries, I want to get at least $10, at least $5 for each person. Just because you're doubling it up to $9 doesn't mean a thing to me. Even though it was $2 per mile, whenever you do 2 deliveries, you don't know if it's going to be a roadblock and you're going to get stuck. So I skipped it. And I'm always real leery of those trip radars. It doesn't really show you the map. It just shows you cross streets. And I don't think I even looked at the cross streets, so I don't know what they were. But I was not gonna take it. I was not. Tesla, Bitwise. Oh, Bitwise, so smart. I'm so tired of these Teslas. I'm so tired of them. I don't know how long they're gonna be around, but I don't think they're going anywhere. I think that company is here to stay for my lifetime at least. I don't see that company disappearing anytime soon. Thank you for getting over. I'm getting over. Just like Amazon. Amazon in my lifetime will never disappear. It's going to be there now. It's permanently entrenched for as long as I'm going to be alive. And all the stuff I grew up with, that may disappear by the time I pass away. I mean, maybe Target one day will be gone, since I grew up with Target. Because Walmart for sure isn't going to be the first one to go. That Walmart has so many people that still go there. It's like everybody that wants to save money always goes to Walmart. But Target's more for people who, they feel like they got a little extra money to spend. And those are the kind of people that Walmart attracts. I mean, not Walmart, that Amazon attracts. So they're definitely not considered to be customers that are looking for great deals. They're people that are looking, just for whatever's on trend, and they want the convenience. I heard they're closing a lot of 7-Elevens too. The time is 9:08 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash to go to Sprouts. I'm going to shop for 5 items. I'm going to get $10.25 for 3.6 miles. Well, I wasn't at home too long. As soon as I got home, I decided to make myself something to eat. So I had a, what did I have? I had an egg with spinach, and I had it on top of a piece of whole wheat toast with instead of using any butter or cream cheese or anything like that, or mayo, I used salsa verde, green salsa, and it was good. I am full, so it was a nice healthy snack. and it was a substitute for the for what I normally would have lately, which would be normally I'd have a bagel with cream cheese and butter, and so I'll skip that. So I'm sure that saved me a lot of bad things from going into my body. So look at me, everybody. I'm on track. I'm on track for a healthy future. Because that's what you do it for. When you get this age, you don't do it for aesthetics. You do it to avoid pain and suffering. You're trying to minimize any kind of medical problems when you reach this point. Because that's really what it's about. You know that you're getting up there. You're in the golden years of your life, so you're trying to still stay on the earth. Somehow you're like, somehow I'm gonna stay on the earth. I'm gonna make it for the full lifespan, for whatever that is, 70s, 80s, I don't know. Whatever the number is, I'm trying to get there. And definitely don't want to go check out too soon, because that would be embarrassing. It's always embarrassing when things don't go according to plan. It's always a little bit embarrassing. You're like, well, gee, I didn't expect this to happen. You know, I don't want to be in that Beetlejuice waiting room going like, what? Something went wrong in my plan. I goofed. I goofed, Beetlejuice. I goofed. I wasn't really planning on being here just yet. I'm arriving at store, starting the shopping. I'm not sending them a message. They're shopping for those mandarin oranges, mango spears, blueberries, strawberries, and that's it. So it looks like somebody else is trying to be healthy too, but they're going more the route of fruit, which is great if you don't have any kind of diabetic issues, but the vegetables are really where it's at. That's where you really want to be eating. Oh, there's a tow truck in my spot where I normally like to park. That's alright, I'll park a little bit further down. I think I could take this spot here. Oh, right next to this Tesla. Yeah, it does. I got all of the items that they wanted, except for there's always something that is not available. So for this particular customer, it was the blueberries. The organic blueberries were not available. So they had a substitute of regular blueberries. So that's what I got them. Everything else, no problem. It was in stock. Checkout process was no problem. There was a delivery driver behind me who was tailgating me with the shopping cart and getting on my nerves. But I just ignored him and got the heck out of there. And he followed me all the way up to the register. All the way from the far end of the Sprouts, where they have the produce, all the way to the front where they had the checkout. He was right behind me the whole way with his shopping cart just clanging away. And now I just gotta make a right turn here. What is this guy doing? Oh, he's gonna probably go to the far left lane. That's why he's over there. I'm like, why is he so far over to the left? Doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what are you doing? Now no wonder you got all that damage on your car. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Man, he had all this damage on the side of his car from doing stupid maneuvers like what he's doing right now. Oh well, that's people for you. And see, we're going to be going 7 minutes from here, 2.3 miles. It's going to be a house. It's a leave at my door. Don't ring the bell. Just leave in the bench. please. In the bench. Not on the bench. Leave it in the bench. I wonder if it has like a flip top storage area that they want me to put it into. I'll check out this bench when I get there. Although they would have probably, I think they just misspoke. I think they just meant leave it on the bench. Because usually when people say stuff like put it inside something, they'll describe what it is. They'll say, please open the storage area of the bench and leave it inside, is what they'll say. They will never say leave in bench. Unless it says, like, instead of bench, it said box. Then it makes sense. Like, leave in box. So anyway, that was it. It's starting to get overcast. This will put me at over $20. And I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to work today. It seems to be pretty busy. I mean, for DoorDash anyway. So that's flowing along just fine. But nothing really good yet coming in from our friends at Uber Eats. Nothing good at all. It's all been DoorDash that has saved the day today. So, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot more shopping offers because people like to have these, you know, they invite their friends over and they have these election parties. So, especially here in these wealthy areas where, you know, they're really into politics, these well-to-do people, they like to, you know, powwow with their fellow like-minded people, their like-minded friends, and they have a little gathering and they cross their fingers and hope that the person that they're aligned with will be victorious in their attempt to win whatever positions they want to win. So I may get more shopping orders for people that need to give, you know, they need to be stocked up on treats when company comes over, so they'll have something to nosh on when they arrive. So, yeah. But, so far everything just seems fine. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to work. Right now, I'm not that excited about working today. I'm just kind of phoning it in, as it were. Just going with the flow. You know, you do this job 7 days a week. It just kind of gets to you after a while. You're just like, well, I don't really want to work today. But you're like, no, it's like exercise. Like, you know how you're supposed to go to the gym every day if you're into fitness. And some days you don't feel like going, but you go. That's what this is like. You're doing it because it's a part of the program. You're just doing it not because you feel like doing it, but because it's a part of the program that not only helps you physically, but it helps you financially. So that's my mindset when I'm doing it. I'm like, this is good both for me physically, because it's helping my mind and my body to be out here in the world, carrying things and looking for things and socializing these little bits of good mornings and good afternoons to people. And then it helps me financially because it puts money in my bank account. So there's a couple of things that make it worth the effort. So, but I'm just going with the flow. So I'm making a left here, not a U-turn like this guy, but I'm making a left turn, and then I'm gonna go all the way down around the bend and drop this off. Oh, these people still have their Halloween decorations out. That's Jack Skellington and his little doggy, whose name I always forget. They went all out for Halloween. The bad thing about when you go out for when you go all out, is that you got to put it away. The fun part is setting it up, and the terrible part is taking it down. So much work. Most people, and I noticed most people in my neighborhood, they didn't give out candy. It was lights out everywhere I went. And I don't think I saw any trick-or-treaters on my block. Nobody seemed to be. I think maybe we're known as being the Scrooges of the area or something. Or it could be that everyone's gotten old. Like when I first moved where I lived, everybody was young, you know, they just got married or having the kids, and so there were a lot of kids and people give out candy like crazy, but all the kids grew up. They're all over 18 now, so there's no reason to anybody in the neighborhood to give out candy, because their kids are grown, so they're not participating, as it were. All right, it's going to be on the left-hand side. It's coming up. You start looking for the address, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. The one with the 2 cars where they could have driven and got it themselves. It's the one with the 2 cars right here. Why didn't they just drive themselves? Let's do this. Mission accomplished. Let's make our way out of here. How I got in here, I have no idea. It's all a blur. I think I make a right here. If I get lost, I guess I'll have to turn the navigation on. And then I think I make a right up here at this next stop sign. Boy, it's getting real cloudy now. Really cloudy. Then I go all the way back up to the main boulevard. Drop off went fine. The dogs at that house were going crazy, and they had a huge sign that says "Don't knock or ring the bell." Huge sign, because they don't want it to be disturbed. Yet they have dogs that are going berserk. $9.50, 22 miles. No. It's like, why are you worried about people ringing your doorbell if your dogs are in your house going berserk just when somebody pulls up? Doesn't really make much sense to me. It's like your house is going berserk whether the delivery people ring your doorbell or not. It's Jack Skellington. I see him. And a regular skeleton. Ooh, and a giant tarantula. You know, they don't want to put those decorations away. They're exhausted. They're like, oh God, now I gotta put the Christmas ones up next. They're like, Most people that decorate like that, they have children, and that's why they do it. They want the kids to be the cool. They want their kids to feel like they're the cool family on the block. That's how everybody is when they have young kids. They want their kids to have a very positive childhood experience. When I was a kid, there were several Christmases at my house where they didn't even set up a Christmas tree when we were little. Oh gosh. I remember one Christmas we didn't get presents from family, we got presents from like the welfare department. They were like Uber Eats $7.51, 6.3 miles. No. They were gifts that were bizarre. Like they were just random gifts that, you know how when you donate to charities and you give a bunch of gifts so that the poor kids will get a Christmas present that year? Well, that's what I got one year growing up, when I was little, and I got the weirdest things for Christmas. DoorDash, $14.50, 13.7 miles. No. I got some real dillies. I got some humdingers. You would not even believe the weird presents that I got. One of them was this record by this African American artist, and the songs on that album were so X-rated. Uber Eats, $8.03, 5.9 miles. No. I'm like, I must have been about 9 years old, and I put the record on, like, well, it's my present, I better listen to it and see if I like the music. And the things that they were saying on that record were so X-rated. And this was in the 1970s. So back then, all I knew was songs on the radio. $8.04, 8.5 miles. No. So I never heard bad language on the in music. And in my household, even though we were poor, we never said bad words. Nobody ever used the F word. Nobody ever used bad language. in our house because we were religious. And so to get this album, talking about all these, female body parts and the sexual things they wanted to do, I was just in shock. And then I started. Then later on, I would play it to other people in the family, and we would just start laughing. We were listening to these songs, and we would just crack up. So other kids in the house, not adults. So it made for, even though it was a poor Christmas, at least it was memorable. $5.69, 6.6 miles. No, at least there was something memorable about that one particular holiday. Usually the only things year-round that we got when we were poor, $5.05, 8.8 miles. Usually the only thing we got around when we were poor was we would get like the government milk, bread, and the big giant blocks of cheese. That's pretty much what we would usually get, for free groceries. And this was because this was before they invented food stamps. This is how old I am. They didn't have food stamps yet. They would basically just provide you with stuff. You'd go to this place. I don't know where it was. I don't remember. But you'd go to this place when you were poor, and I guess you had a card or something to prove you were poor, and you would be allotted so many things you could get at this place, or they would hand out to you, like this is your these are your supplies. Uber Eats, $4.42, 4.2 miles. No, yeah, this is what you get. These are your rations, essentially, the rations. So you get these government rations, and they're like military style. They say U.S. government on them and all that stuff. $9.07, 20 miles. No. Yeah, it was a crazy time. And then eventually it segued into the food stamps, where you had actual paper money that said food stamps and big words on it. And then there were different dollar denominations. Oh, those were good memories. Hey everybody, the time is 9:39 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats. I'm going on over to Starbucks. I'm going to get $11.41 for 5.1 miles. I got home for all of about 60 seconds, and this offer came in. I was mad. I'm like, oh man, I don't get a break. I was looking forward to getting a few minutes of relaxation before I go out again, but right now my minimum is $10, so $10, $2 for every mile. So this one fit the bill, and so far everything's going good. So as long as I'm still in a good mood, I'll keep going. I'm starting to think about just locking my schedule into a more tighter window of working, maybe just from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. maybe, I don't know. I'm just sort of thinking about how I just kind of want more time to myself. But then I was thinking, if I do that, I'm going to have to lower my rate, because sometimes stuff doesn't come in for a while. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I've got to figure out what I want to do. Maybe I'm just in a mood. Maybe I'll just keep the schedule the same, and just when I need to take breaks, I'll just pause the app, because like for DoorDash, you can pause it like in 34-minute increments or something like that. So what I think I'll do is just keep it the same, but if I don't feel like working as soon as my shift starts, I'll just press the pause button. Like I'll start the dash and then I'll immediately pause it. So it'll give me an extra 30 minutes or so just to, wait, just to relax a little longer. It's like the snooze button. I'm going to hit this. It's like the alarm will go off, but I'm going to hit the snooze button. God, that car just gunned it when he made that left turn. Okay, we're here. Starbucks. Everybody's favorite. Oh, he wanted to get in line here. That's why he gunned it. He thought I was going to get in line for the drive-thru, and when he saw me, he wanted to cut me off. He didn't realize I was just going to park. Okay, I got the stuff in the car, and I had to wait. I don't know how long I was in there, but I wasn't in there for a short amount of time. So, but I got it. I guess that's what matters. That is in the past now, so I'm moving forward. 8 minutes, 2.9 miles. It's a house. It's a leave at the door. Woo woo! I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's happening. I know that after I drop this off, I'll be at $31, I believe. And that's just $4 away from goal. But it is still early. So maybe I'll go into a bonus round where I'll make a little extra, just depending on how I feel. The time is 9:50 a.m. I would like to stop working by noon. That is sort of what I am thinking. And I was thinking, well, wouldn't that be great if I just worked from 8 a.m. till noon every day? That's just 4 hours. Now, why wouldn't it be possible to earn $35 in a 4-hour window? Doesn't that seem reasonable to you guys? I think so. I think I'll do that. I think I'll no longer commit to being available from noon to 2. I think I will remove that. For the most part, I rarely ever work past 1 o'clock normally. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I want to do. But that seems right now what I want to do at the moment, especially because of winter. I don't function well in the wintertime. I'm real good in the summer. I'm real on my game summertime. And the spring as well. But wintertime, forget it. Wintertime, I can barely form a coherent thought in the wintertime. I think it has something to do with has to do just with temperature. I don't think it has to do with like sunlight or anything like that. I think if I'm cold, if I just feel like I'm not, I'm a warm climate person. I have like I'm very like the majority of my ancestry is like southwestern American, so I'm used to the climate where it's always hot, hot, hot. Not cold, cold, cold. Although here I'm living in the Southwest, so why wouldn't I be used to the change of season? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's just in particular to myself. All I know is I don't particularly care for cold weather. It's not my thing, and I don't know why. I don't like rainy weather. I don't like cold weather. I don't like cloudy weather. I only like sunny and warm is what I tend to like. I do like seasons changing just for the visual, to break up the monotony of things, but I also don't like it when it stays that way. I like it so it just changes for a little bit and then it changes back and it's warm again. So I remember one time I went on a trip to Hawaii, and I thought I would really like the weather in Hawaii because, everything is so tropical and green and it's warm all the time. And it was the opposite. When I got to Hawaii, I didn't like it. I thought it was too hot, too humid, and it rained too much. So I didn't like it. I'm like, I don't like this environment. Because at my mind, I thought, well, maybe someday I'll retire in Hawaii. That sounds like a real beautiful place to retire. I've seen it on TV. It looks fantastic. But you have to experience it for yourself because it's different when you're there in person than it is on the TV. Because visually it looks great. Visually it's what I would like to see every day. But when you're there physically and your body is always constantly, sweating, and it never cools down when you're outside, you always just constantly feel hot and sweaty every single day. And then you that's why the people in Hawaii, they dress in very loose fitting clothes because they have to have that, they have to let their body breathe so they can actually, cool down from the perspiration. And where I'm from, the climate is always really dry. So that's what I'm used to. I'm used to never sweating because, in the dry climate, the moment your body starts to sweat, the environment around you sucks the moisture right up. And you're not sweating at all, so you have absolutely no idea you're even sweating. You're just, living your life, and you feel just mighty fine. So yeah, I don't like that. So I don't know. The weather here is not too bad, I guess. It's just that it's so dry here that you have to make sure in your house that you're running a humidifier. You have to. That's sort of a requirement when you live here. Especially if you're very sensitive to the kind of low humidity we get here. Sometimes the humidity here can drop as low as 2% humidity. If you've ever experienced 2% humidity, whoo, it is ridiculous. I know most of you're used to just humidity, not humidity that low, so you don't even know what it's like. Well, let me tell you, dry humidity is like it's like the environment around you is attacking you. It wants to drain you of all the moisture inside of your body. The moment you step outside, you can feel your body. It almost feels like it wants to crack. Your skin wants to crack. You feel like your nose is going to start bleeding. Everything itches, and it's very unpleasant when the humidity gets that low. And of course, inside your house, static electricity runs rampant, and everywhere you go, you're getting shocked by things because the humidity is so low. Oh, it's really bad. So you have to run humidifiers in your house to avoid that problem. So I always have humidifiers going. I have about, I must have about 8 gallons of water that's constantly being pushed into the air using my humidifiers to prevent the house from becoming too dry. Even with the humidifiers pumping during that time, the humidity, you would think with all that water that I'm pumping into the air that the humidity in the house would be high. Well, no, it just stays normal. The highest it ever gets up to is about 40% humidity inside the house. And I'm sure, and then most of you who live like in Florida or places where it's real humid, usually inside your house it's like you have to dehumidify, or it will be like 70-80% humidity inside the house. And if it gets to 100, then it means it's like raining inside your house. That means there's like water vapor forming on all your windows and on all the surfaces of your house when it gets that warm. Okay, I'm getting closer. It's coming around this bend, but I don't know if it's on the left or the right just yet. It looks like it's going to be on the left based on the numbers I'm seeing on my right-hand side. Yeah, on the left-hand side, coming up very soon. Not after this side street, but after the very next side street. It'll be the third house on the left. Let me see here. So after this side street, let's count the houses together. 1 house, 2 houses, 3 houses. There it is. Let me turn around. It's this one here. Oh, and this lady's walking. She's going to be all freaked out when I park in front of her. Oh, gosh. I have my hazards on so she can keep walking. Alright, it's all delivered. Start making my way back. If I can remember how to get back out of here. Gotta do the reverse Nelson to get out of here. Let's see, where did I come from? How did I even get in here? there? I know I went like a long way down. I believe I just stayed on this road. I went all the way down and it had a bend and I bent in. Oh, more Halloween. Oh, pirates. How fun. Those are cool decorations. And then I go around this way and I think it's the next left. I really like this neighborhood. It's like this is the area that I would not have minded moving to. DoorDash, $5, 3.1 miles. No. I'm only taking $10 minimums. I'm so sorry. Well, that's a cute dog. Reminds me of that movie, The Shaggy DA. That's an old Disney movie, if you've ever seen it. It was a fun movie. It was when the father, I think he turns into the dog that looks like that. It was called The Shaggy DA. Now I just realized that the DA stood for District Attorney. I didn't even realize, like, why was the dog called DA, The Shaggy DA? I just thought maybe his name, that was the initials of the man that turned into the dog. And now that I'm adult, just right now, all these years later, 40 years later, I've just realized that the Shaggy DA stood for District Attorney. Oh, I am too much. Alright, I'm slow sometimes. It only takes 40 years sometimes for me to figure things out. So now I'm just going to head back home and hopefully something else comes in. Hopefully I don't lose my motivation to continue. 10:01, 59 degrees, about 18 miles on the car, and I'm getting 58 miles to the gallon. You know, even though I do all these deliveries with this car every day, I only put gas in the car once every 2 weeks, which I know is shocking to a lot of you who do delivery driving, because you guys probably put gas in your car every day. I wouldn't doubt it that you put gas in your car every day with the amount of deliveries you have to do, plus the you don't get as good gas mileage as a Prius. So I have no doubt that you guys really spend a lot of money on gas. But I probably spend, let's see, gas is $7.08, 9.9 miles, no. Gas is about $3 and let's say $3.50. I must put in probably about 7 gallons, so 3 times. I must put in somewhere between $25 and $30 every 2 weeks. So that's basically I spend about on average about $14 a week on gas. Uber Eats, $4 for 2 miles, no. So you can see I don't put very much gas in the car, and I really don't drive that many miles. On average, every day I drive, 30, I think? I usually don't exceed 30 miles a day in this car. So 30 times 7, that's 210. So usually about 200 miles a week is what I'll usually drive in this car, is 200 miles a week. So that's really not bad, considering, it's like a little money machine. DoorDash, $4.65 for 1.3 miles. Nope, I ain't doing it. $10 minimum. I don't care if it was 0 miles for $5. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm only doing $10 minimums. I'm being very strict right now because I'm not in the mood for baloney at all. I've had enough of bad things happening to me. If you guys have been keeping up with my videos, I've been having a bad week where nothing but bad things have been happening, and I don't want any more bad things happening. So I'm basically just only taking $10 offers in order to compensate myself if some more bad things happen. I'm like, well, at least it's an offer that is paying me decent money, and if not, I don't want to do it. I'm not taking no $5 offer and then trouble happens. It's like, no thanks. So I mean, I would like it if the offers were larger. I'm sure we all would, but it's not going to happen. I know from experience that, oh, here comes something. $11.50. Oh, I gotta go in here. god, that's flowers. I'll tell you about it in a second. I'm accepting. My day will be over. Arrived at store. I'm already here. Oh my god, what a goofy name to put. Oh, I gotta keep going. Sorry, I forgot. My bad. I forgot that I had no stop sign. That was on me. I'm gonna park here and then I'm gonna tell you what offer I got. Well, I gotta turn off my Uber Eats. Give me a second here. Uber Eats calling. $3.06. We don't care. So I got an offer from DoorDash. I'm gonna get $11.50 for 5.1 miles. I'm going to Bloomhouse by Smith's. So it's inside the Smith's grocery store. And it's going to be an order of flowers, no doubt. All right, let's do it. Way to go. Oh, it's a long drive. 12 minutes, 5 miles. It's a leave at the door. And so when I got inside of the market, nobody was there. And they had somebody come out to help me, finally, after I waited a while. And they just handed me a bouquet of flowers with a balloon attached to it. That was it. And then I left. There's not much else to say. I went inside the grocery store and I got the flowers and I got the... Oh, I'm supposed to go. I did it again. I forget every time. Every time I forget that there's no stop sign for me and I can go. Like here, I have a stop sign, but the people on the left and the right, they can go. But I forget every time. I don't know. I always think no matter what, when I come to an intersection, that I need to stop. That's what my mind always about, because it's like I err on the side of caution. It's like it's better to stop and wait. Even if I'm wrong, it's better to stop and wait, because maybe I'm wrong and someone will hit me, than to just go. You know, it just makes it just in my mind. That's the logic I'm having when I do it. All right, I'm gonna make a right here and then a quick U-turn. I gotta zoom across this road here, throw my blinker on, and then make this U-turn. Oh yeah, you're real smart, real clever. It's not a stop sign, dude. You don't have the right of way. He's like, I have been waiting to go. Oh, people, I swear. So now this is gonna put me into the 40s now. So I'm 40. I don't know, how much was I getting for this one again? Let's see. I don't remember. I am getting 11. So now I'm at $42 and change right now. So I am now at beyond goal and into bonus money. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-frickin-doo. And this balloon, oh, it's a thinking of you balloon. That's nice. Somebody is being thought of. And they got some beautiful purple flowers back there that I hope are not leaking on my floor back there. It wasn't in a vase or anything. It was just like in a paper, it was in a paper bag, like in the shape of the bouquet stems. So I wasn't exactly sure where to put it, because there's really no logical way to place flowers in the car. Like, you want to lay them flat at first, but then you're thinking, well, if I lay it flat, will water start to leak out? And then you're like, well, I want to just prop it standing up. And when you prop it standing up, then it starts to lean. So I tried to just lean it against the back seat, because I figure gravity is pulling all the moisture towards the bottom. And then, of course, I have rubber mats in the back seat, so they're waterproof. So if any water does accidentally come out, it'll be fine. And that was the first time I ever got flowers from that grocery store. I mean, if I did get flowers from there, it's been so long that I have forgotten all about it. Where does this navigation want me to go? It wants me to get over? Where am I going? I hope I'm not going to Anthem Country Club. No, I'm not. It's not Anthem Country Club, thank God. But it wants me to keep to the left for some reason. But I got 4 more miles to go. I think it's tricked me. I think this is the longer way to go, but it's too late now. I am veering to the left for what it's worth. And hopefully it wasn't a wrong decision. 2.4 miles to the next turn. I'll just stay here on the far right-hand lane. I'm glad this is the leave at the door. I do not like handing flowers to people. I feel like it's too personal. Does that make sense to you, that you're going up to a stranger and handing them flowers, that it feels personal? I don't know why that is. Maybe it has to do with the sentiment. You know what I mean? Like, it's some kind of real personal sentiment that the person that ordered these flowers is trying to convey. So the fact that I'm involved in this very personal transaction or this personal communication just doesn't seem right to me, and I don't know why. I think it's mental. It's like sending somebody a Valentine card and handing it to them. It's like, here's your Valentine's Day card. Even though it's not from me, I just sort of feel like somehow I'm involved, like I'm a witness to a crime. So I don't know. The delivering cookies or food items, for some reason that doesn't bother me. Like, if I have to hand somebody Crumbles cookies that say happy birthday or we miss you or whatever, or hope you feel better, I don't think that's very personal, or I don't feel awkward handing it to the person. I don't know why. Maybe because it's food. It's like, you gotta eat. So I don't think about it. But when it comes to flowers, I don't know why. It just seems different. Well, here we are at my favorite place, Anthem Country Club. At the light anyway. Thank God I'm not turning in there. The line, I can't tell if the line's long or not. I can't see. But I'm glad I don't even have to wonder. This particular place I'm turning at, there's no gate at this particular turn, and I don't believe there are any gates that I'm going to encounter when I turn into this particular neighborhood. Thank God. I don't want any problems today. And 5 more minutes to go, 2.2 miles. The time is 10:15 a.m. It is 61 degrees and I'm getting 57 miles to the gallon. Oh, and no sun. It's all cloudy. There's just a little hint of sun that's peeking through the hazy cloud environment that I'm in right now. There's just a tiny bit of sunlight. And the time change has definitely affected me. It feels much later than the time that it is right now. I don't know why we change the time every year. It's really irritating. I hate it. I hate when I get used to, the rhythm of the day, and then they're like, surprise, we're gonna move the clock forward or backward, depending on the time of year, and now you've got to get used to it. It's like, don't they know that most of us we're not farmers anymore, and we don't care about whether or not it's light outside or it's dark. All we care about is that our schedules are not interrupted, so we can continue to do the normal routines that we do every day. And that when they change the time, it affects our sleep, it affects when we eat, it affects just how our bodies feel. Our bodies instinctively tell us when it's time to do something, because most of us, when we do things, we don't do it based on the clock. We're doing it like on how we feel. It's like, oh, I feel like it's time to eat, or now I feel like it's time for me to get ready for bed. And when they change the time, you're throwing all that out the window. And I'm sure most of you that work those office jobs, I bet you when it's time to go home and your shift is almost over, and when they change the time, you must hate it. You're like, oh my God, it's not time to go home yet. You must look at the clock like 30 times, wondering, is it time to just leave? Because your body's telling you it's time to go home. I'm going to be making a left coming up here near where this crosswalk is. And the traffic looks clear, so I'm just going to be able to easily make the turn with no problem, and hopefully the flowers don't fall over. I didn't hear anything fall. I mean, for all I know, while I was talking to you, it fell and I didn't hear it, since it's sort of leaning. Oh, and this is a 55 and over community. It's really big. It's a very big community of seniors that live here. And so whenever I'm driving, I see all these really old looking sedan cars like this one on the left. It's like everybody up here drives a really, because, when you're old, you drive the same car you've had for years and years. Did I pass the turn? No. 0.1 miles, I'm going to be making a left. 400 feet, I'm going to be making a left. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, this is all senior citizen land. It's funny how when we all get old, we all start to look the same. Even if you're like a different ethnicity, you start to look the same. It's like something happens, just like when you see babies, like all babies start to look the same. It happens when you get old too. Like if we all live to be like 80 or 90 and you line them all up, they all kind of look the same. Isn't that weird? That is the weird part about getting old. You're young and some people look beautiful and handsome. And then when everybody gets old, they all look the same. Everybody just looks old. They show pictures sometimes of these beautiful celebrities, from the 40s and 50s, and if they're still alive, they show pictures of them now. They look just like any other senior citizen now. You would never know that they were one of the most beautiful people on earth when they were young. Making a left up here. That's why they have that saying, beauty fades but dumb is forever. That was a funny saying. I think Joan Rivers said that. I'm going to make a right here. It's going to be on the left-hand side. It's coming up. We start looking at the numbers. Is it this house? No. Is it this house? No. This one? No. This one. I made it. Let me turn around so I can easily make my escape. Oh. Turn this around. Exit. Complete the delivery steps. Oh, another successful delivery. It didn't say ring the bell, so I don't ring the bell. Alright, how did I get in here? Let's put on the old navigation, because I definitely don't know how I got in here. I was so busy running my mouth, I can't remember where I turned or anything. It says make a left here. Okay. I haven't even turned on my Uber Eats because I need to figure out how to get out of here. Make a right here. And then what? Am I back on track now? Let's see. No. Oh yeah. Oh no. 0.4 miles. Then it's the street where I don't want to miss the street. 0.4 miles. Then make a right on the street that that leads to the main boulevard. It was a very basic drop-off. There was nothing exciting to tell you guys. I walked up the driveway and it's leaned it against the wall, and then I made sure the balloon would not fly away. So they had they had like a porch area with a overhang, so that if the balloon separated from the flowers, it would just hit the overhang and wouldn't fly away. And they had it tied to like a chip clip. A more elegant thing, like an elegant style chip clip, and then that was attached to the flowers. So the balloon really wasn't gonna go anywhere, but the lady at the flower shop made me paranoid because she's like, hang on to the balloon. Like she acted like the balloon was not attached at all. So she made me anxious about that. So I was like, well, I better just hold on to for dear life until I get it in the car and I see what I'm dealing with, because she made it seem like that balloon was loose, but it wasn't. So it's an 11-minute drive to get back to home base, and let's see. Oh yeah, I can turn it off now because now I know where I'm at. Let me turn on Uber Eats. Whoa, watch out, guy. Don't come out too quick. Turn on Uber Eats. Let's start getting some good offers. It's 10:24. I have theoretically 90 minutes to do some more work. Whether or not I actually feel like doing work, I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure how I feel right now. I think it'll be based on how awful the traffic is to get back home. Look at all these cars, man. I don't know why people live up here. Look at all these cars. It is so hard to get out of this area. And this is not a cheap area to live. It's like why? If I had the money, I would not live up here. I would live somewhere that's closer to civilization, to all of the things they're trying to drive to. That's where I would be living. What are you gaining by living up here other than the peace and serenity? What are you gaining? It's like peace and serenity is not all that it's cracked up to be, believe me. You come up here and it's peaceful and quiet, and you know what happens when you go in your backyard? A coyote jumps over the wall and snatches your dog. It's like, that's the price you pay when you live in an area that's quiet, because it's rural and you have a lot of nature, so there's a lot of danger that comes with it. Even though you're not dealing with people, now you're dealing with wildlife. You're dealing with scorpions, spiders, fire ants. Oh man, all kinds of critters. It's like, no. You go down where all of civilization is, and you don't have those kind of problems. Maybe you have a problem with rats every once in a while, but not the kind of rats that they have up here. Not the giant ones. The biggest rats live up here because of all this wilderness that's up here. Some water. Well, it's all quiet on the app. I need to put my box of Kleenex back in the car. I notice now because it's winter, my nose starts to run a lot more because it's colder. Or I'm going from hot to cold, so my nose starts to defrost. That's like a defrost setting. Oh gosh, a lot of cars. almost quiet. Both apps are on and nothing is coming in. Now, why does my app say I only have $32? Oh, I did one delivery on Uber Eats, I forgot. So no, I'm fine. I'm at $42. Barely passing Anthem Country Club. Look at the line. Long line to get into Anthem Country Club. It's a long line to get out of here too. So I'm crawling. Making the walk, the slow, long crawl to get out of here. I guess if the app stays quiet for too long, I'm just going to turn it off, I guess. If I'm at home for too long. Once I get too comfortable, I'm not going to want to leave the house. And then I'm going to get into the mode of wanting to watch the election results. And I'm not going to want to leave the house. I want to just get all comfortable and get sucked into all the stuff that's happening on the TV. And we're stuck at a red light, crawling, and there's no offers. Well, I currently only have 26 miles on the car. I'm getting 61 miles to the gallon. And so for the money I've made today, to have the miles I have on the car is still very good. But I usually only like to do put 30 miles a day on the car, so maybe this is it. Maybe I will wrap up. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't. It's not like I need the money to stay alive. It's not like somebody's gonna like throw me out on the street if I don't do one more delivery. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine there are people out there right now that are driving? They're driving their car telling themselves, if I don't get one more delivery, I'm not gonna make my rent. Good Lord, can you imagine the stress that would put on the body? And oh no, it's no wonder why you see all these people and they're doing like drugs, and because of stress. I mean, they are just so stressed out. They're trying to maintain their lifestyle, whatever it is, and some of them they live on the edge, where at any moment, if anything goes wrong, all hell breaks loose. It's not like it's like, oh, I won't be able to give the kids the Christmas present this year. It's not like that. It's like you're going to be on the street if you don't get so many deliveries that day or make that much money doing this job. Then you're going to be out of luck. And then, some of these people, they have their credit cards maxed out, so they can't even turn to their credit cards. And I guess what they do is they go to those places, those payday loan places. $4.07, 7.4 miles. No, they must go to those places, get cash now for and they charge you 50% interest. Like they're like those, I swear those cash places, to me, they seem like they're connected with the mob, with gangsters, because the interest rates they charge is insane. But I guess if you need the money, you need the money. That's probably after credit cards. I think that's the next step. And then of course, there are some people that get so desperate they go to those plasma banks, and they give their plasma. $8 and a penny, 13.3 miles. No, they give their plasma, and they get money. I saw on the TV or it was on the internet that some guy goes every week and gives his, and I think he makes like an extra $400. He said a month or something like that. I'm like, $400. I'm like, you're risking your health to make an extra $400 a month. I thought, that is insane. That is absolutely insane to me that somebody would have somebody stick needles in them, suck their blood out, and only get that tiny amount of money. $11.07, 6.3 miles, 2 deliveries. No, I wouldn't. I'm trying to think, what situation would I be in where I'd let a vampire suck my blood out for $400? I can't think of anything. I would sooner die. I'm like, you might as well just let me just lay here in the gutter, because you ain't getting my blood. I'd rather have my blood just go into the gutter before you get it. Oh no. That to me is, I don't know why, but to me to me, you give your blood because it's a donation, because you want to help it's a selfless act. You know that there are other people that are in situations where they're going to need the blood to save their life. So for that reason, I could see doing it, but to do it because you need money, I don't know why it doesn't seem right to me. Oh, these cars are coming in so fast. I gotta really watch out. They're coming around that corner so fast. Dang, it's like there's like no car, and then all of a sudden 55 miles an hour coming around that bend. Yikes. I mean, I think everybody has different, just different views on things. So if you're somebody that does that, I don't want to judge, because you probably need the money, or to you, it's like you would donate it anyway. So there's different ways to look at it. Maybe that's how you can rationalize it. You're like, well, it's going to help somebody, and I would just give it away for free anyway. So why not do it? And I'm helping another person. $9.29, 12.5 miles. No. I'm always trying to look at the other side of the coin. I don't like to be like I'm so opinionated on things. I'll say my opinion, and then I'll try to see the other side. I think that's a healthy way to be. So that way you can see another person's perspective. It's like, if my neighbor was an axe murderer, how do I think he became an axe murderer? So I can understand his motivations. Even if I don't agree with him being an axe murderer, maybe I can look at his point of view so I can understand, why he does this horrendous act on society. That's a less subtle way to say I'm looking at another person's point of view. Because we all have our opinions, but we should also try. What does this guy do? He's driving like he's drunk. Oh man, I'm afraid to pass him. I'm gonna gun it. So many bad drivers on the road, and now I'm right next to a Tesla. Now I'm starting to think that Teslas are bad luck. Anytime I'm near a Tesla, it's bad luck. They're like trying to jinx me. They know I don't like them, so they're sending me bad vibes. DoorDash, $5.50, 1.6 miles. No.